Shraddha from the Life Engineering Foundation. I am a mother of 13-year-old son and 7-year-old daughter. And the most frequently asked question to me is, how did you take the decision of homeschooling or unschooling your son? And what were the reasons or what made you to take this decision? So to tell you more about this, let me take you in flashback. So in the year 2010, me and my husband returned from Dubai thanks to the recession. And when we returned here, my husband is a civil engineer and he decided to start his entrepreneurship journey. He's extremely passionate about civil engineering and he was very clear that he wanted to pursue his passion of starting a business. After returning to India, he started his own company called Econstruct and he started working, building a business in engineering consultancy and construction. Initially, since I'm from software engineering background, I hold a MTech postgraduate degree, but I was not from civil and that's why I was not really interested or convinced to join him. So initially, I worked somewhere else. But soon my husband's company was growing and he wanted somebody to take care of the day-to-day operations. So that's how I entered into the business in the year 2012. And from there on, we started building this company from the scratch. So we people do not really have business background in our family. So we are kind of, I can say, first generation building the business or entering into the business. So very soon we needed the manpower and we needed all types of manpower, from experienced people to freshers to intermediate level people. So we started approaching many colleges which were engineering colleges here in India in various locations. And I personally started visiting various campuses for conducting recruitment drives. And in most of our recruitment drives, we make sure that there are good numbers, minimum 300, 500 or even 1000 engineers who we pool different colleges and we conduct the placement drives. So during these placement drives, I realized certain things. I realized that the engineers who are coming out are not really skilled. And most of the time they are not even aware that after completion of the engineering, what is the next line of action or where they want to go or things like that. And being in the campus, we realized a lot of things because, by the time you finish your graduation, you have gone through a lot of education, 16 years of schooling, then high school and then your college, degree, and even after degree, there is a post-graduation or some outside courses that freshers need to do. And most of the time, as a company employer, many people who are watching this video and who are into recruitments will connect with me on this, that when we go to any campus, we are not really able to get skilled engineers or skilled people who are ready to work with us from day one. And most of the time, they do not hesitate to call themselves freshers. This particular thing made me to think that after studying for such a long time, why somebody should even call himself or herself a fresher, because engineering itself is a 4-year course and we study so many subjects. I myself have gone through engineering during my BTech, MTech, and there are so many subjects and labs that we study. And after studying all this, as a student, we are not able to connect the dots. When we are there in the industry or we are sitting in an interview, we don't hesitate calling ourselves fresher, and we all have gone through this kind of situation. So this was one thing which made me to think. And then slowly when the placement drives increased and I started mingling with these students and college authorities, I realized a lot of things because technically people are not skilled, that's not a problem. Because technically we as a company have to give some level of training or to whosoever joins the company. Even when experienced people join, to a certain extent we have to train them. So problem is they do not have technical knowledge, we can train that. But there is also other part which is missing, because in most of the colleges soft skills are missing. There are colleges where students are not attending the drive just because they do not have good communication skill or they cannot communicate in English. So after seeing all these things, that parents are very keen about making sure that their children go to the English medium school. But when we go to various campus drives, we realize that there are more than 50% or much more than that, who are having communication issues wherein they are not able to speak in English. So then I realized that 16 years of education is over, but there are soft skills and basic communication issues, plus there are technical issues, technical skills issues. And then we did some experiments. All over India, I went to so many colleges. Literally from, I can say, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, there were certain events where we had registrations right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. And we asked the same question to the civil engineering students, that what are the steps and checks in the construction of your dream home. And you'll be surprised to know, but all over India, we did not find even 10 people who could correctly tell what are the exact steps in sequence and what are the exact steps and checks at particular stage. So seeing this, I realized that even though they are doing a particular course in the civil engineering, but the attitude required and the basic knowledge and the basic common sense which is required is also taken away from the children, because they are only studying subjects and things like that. So this was one thing. Then we did another experiment wherein all over India, whichever college I have gone for placement drives, we asked them self-introduction. And self-introduction is such a common question which is asked in almost any interview. And in most of the cases, these freshers answer it in the same manner. And you go to any college, the self-introduction is being said in the same manner. They will just say your name, they'll say they are from which college, then they'll say the highest qualification. Some will even tell you from where they did their 10th, 12th degree, post-graduation, which year, which college and all that. And apart from that, they might say their hobbies, which are generally reading, listening music, dancing, traveling, these kind of things. And they will talk about their family, maybe about their father, mother and siblings. And that's how the self-introduction is over. So I also realized that then we did an experiment wherein we asked them to omit the educational things from their self-introduction. We told them that we know your educational background because we have your resumes and Excel sheet and everything. Don't talk about the educational background or family background, just talk about yourself. And I saw that there was difficulty, they were facing difficulty that, how to speak without talking about education or family background. So if we ask them to introduce themselves without these details and just talk about who you are as a person, so most of the time it was very difficult task for many students. And that made me realize that there is a problem with the system, because we are putting our children in a system which is a very much time consuming. First reason what made me to take the decision of homeschooling my son is this particular path is extremely time consuming process, because it takes more than 20 years to train somebody to build a career and to take care of just himself, his family and his just his family. Generally we make career, if you ask people why do you want to make career, most of the time the answers come that I want to have a good life because I want money, I need house, car, I want to take care of my parents, my spouse, I need, even in one of the session wherein we asked these graduates, why do you want to make a successful career, one of the answer we got, because so that I can get a better girl in my life, so that I can get good dowry, so I need to make a successful career. So these are the kind of thoughts which are built up because of this system. The system is such that these students are more interested in making career because so that they can earn and make the living. But there can be much more beyond that, because life has lot to offer. And earning should not take this much long time, because in today's education system, I am seeing so many engineers coming out from the degree, and when they come out, they have to do certain other courses, or they have to do internships, they have to work somewhere for free, or they have to do some other vocational courses to get into the job market. So it's a very time consuming process. This was the first reason which I observed while going to various campus drives. Another thing was, most of the time this system is syllabus bound, or it is a timetable bound system. Now because of the syllabus, timetable and the routine, children are not getting any free time to think what they actually like, and they do not get any free time to explore something that they can actually explore if they are left free. But the problem is children are highly packed up. Just imagine 20 years plus they have to go through exams, first exam, second exam, third exam, final exam, lab exams in between, tuitions in between, some entrance exam cracking tuitions in between, and all this goes on for 20 years. And finally, children come out saying, I'm a fresher, because this is a situation I have faced in so many interviews, wherein freshers will simply say, I'm a fresher, I don't know, teach me. So the question arises, then what is happening in those last few years which are spent educating the child? Now comes the next thing. Because of this reason, children are not able to concentrate on their life skills. Because life skills are equally important. I have seen there are students who made very successful career, they are getting high packages, but they are not all that good with their health. Because in our education system, the most priority is given, to science, maths, history, geography. But when it comes to, nobody is actually teaching at the right time that why you should take care of your health, or these kind of things which are not really given importance. And we realize all these things only after 30s or 40s, when we face some issues. Or I would say the world had to go through COVID to understand this, that health was the first thing to take care of. Because if health will be there, then only career and other things would be there. So that made me to think that why these kind of things are not part of our education. And even if in certain schools there is a PT class or whatever yoga class, but it is not given that much importance as compared to the subjects. While it should be other way around, because first thing we should train to our children is to take care of the health. So these things made me to think that why can't we have a system wherein we can train the children in a way where they can take care of themselves first and then slowly introduce them to the other things. So this was another reason. Now I also thought that the parents who are then in one of the drive, I was in Odisha, wherein thousands of students were there, most of them were confused. For example, they are not even aware that in civil engineering, which department they want to work in. So that made me to understand that there is so much of confusion and low confidence issues. Most of the time, the way these engineers or the way children are judged is based on the marks. And everyone is having the same syllabus. So how can everyone have the same syllabus? Because every child is different. Somebody is good at something, the another one might be good at something else. But there is no chance for us to explore this aspect, wherein it is not a child-centric education. It is the same education which everyone, same system, same education that everyone has to go through. So this was one question in my mind which made me to take the decision of homeschooling my son. And apart from this, when I calculate the kind of money parents are spending on each child, and when I calculated that for 16 years of education, 20 years of education, they have to spend lakhs together. And after spending so much, what is the real output? When they come out, they are freshers, and that's why they are getting less paid. Now, there are colleges where high packages are also available, but the cream students are less as compared to the number of students who are not in position to get that kind of a job. So, the amount of investment that parents do on the education system, and finally if we say investment versus return, so I did not see that there is that result was that lucrative. So that was the one aspect which made me to take this decision. Apart from all this, of course, it is time consuming process, it is a costly process, and it is not giving you the free thinking or free mindset, because constantly you are being judged, constantly you are being evaluated, constantly you are being compared to someone, and constantly there is because of the system you lose interest or creativity of thinking something on your own. So after seeing all these things, I was very clear that this is in one of the, actually this decision came when I was in Odisha in one of the placement drives where thousands of civil engineers were there. They were all mostly confused. We were not able to get the right kind of candidates. So then I realized, and candidates had come for this drive from all over India. So then I realized one thing, that what is the future for them? I mean, but it's not that they will not figure out the way. We also came from the same system, we'll figure out the way. But it will take a long time for them to figure out a way after passing out from the college. They'll take few years to put their career on track. And I felt really bad. I literally had tears in my eyes when I was in that campus drive. And one thing happened, I saw those 1,000 students in front of me, and I visualized their parents. That so many parents trusted the system of fixed syllabus, fixed timetable, fixed examination pattern, and that circle which is like keeps repeating itself for so many years. They trusted the system, put the children there, and this is the output where I am sitting for the recruitment, where they are about to come out of their graduation and we are here to recruit them. So when we see them, so many things are missing, and this is the output which we are seeing. After seeing the output, I definitely felt that this path which so many parents have taken, I am not seeing it worth it. And that was the moment I decided that this path taken, it definitely does not give the kind of output I expect for my child. It is not worth it. This realization came in that particular campus drive, and I decided that this is it. Now, the next question was, if that path of regular system is not perfect, or it does not give me that trust that it will make life of my child, then which path is correct? Now, it was very clear to me that path is not correct, but which path is correct, that answer was not there with me. But then I started with this, that okay, I know that which path is not correct, let me build or let me try the other path. I don't know where it will lead, but at least this is clear to me that that path is not going to lead me where I want to be. So that's how I started thinking about alternatives of how we can educate, and I started searching other schools, live schools. And one of the school, of course, the very first obvious school that came to my mind was the school run by Jaggi Vasudev ji. So I went there. I decided that I'll put my son over there only, because that's the only school I thought which will concentrates on life skills and things like what I was expecting. I went there, but somehow admission did not happen for my son. Then I came back and I started, researching more on it. My mind was constantly thinking that what is the right way. And in that particular journey, I put one question on Quora. I still remember that, is there any school in India which teaches life skills? I got the answer immediately, and the answer was, there is no such school in India, but if you want one, start one. So that was the answer, that there is no school, you just start something on your own. And that's where my journey started, and I decided that maybe at a very small scale, maybe for my children, I'll start something. And we unschooled our son when he was in the 4th standard. In this video, I'm just talking about what are the reasons and what made me to unschool my son and homeschool him, or whatever you call homeschool, unschool, self-directed learning. So this was the incidence of my life which made me to take this bold decision, which was supported by few people, which was not supported by many people. But I was very clear from the beginning that I do not want to follow that particular path. I don't know which path would be correct, but we are building upon it, we are working upon it. And one fine day, one incident happened which I would like to share here. One day my son was watching something on, I think National Geographic or something, wherein they were showing that how shark gives birth and how that happens, mother shark giving birth and all that they were showing. And he was watching it with a lot of concentration. I suddenly went there and saw that he's watching something. I also decided to sit and watch what he's watching. So the topic was, all about shark giving birth and all that. And then they just said one thing, that mother shark goes to a particular place for giving birth, it gives birth and it leaves. And the baby shark is on its own. When I saw this, something hit me very badly, because during that time I was going to the colleges, so many colleges, and one thing hit me that, nature has made life very simple, and nature has given inbuilt software, I would say, to take care of yourself, at least day to day, at least the food related stuff. Every animal on the planet is able to take care of themselves. But when it comes to the most intelligent animal, most intelligent species, I would say human beings, who are the topmost, why does it take this much time for any parent to educate the child and or to make the career. And when we say career, it's all about making money, it's all about having a status and all those kind of things. So why does it even take more than 15-20 years for a human parent to train the human child to earn basic living? And most of the time, the basic living is to be earned for himself, his parents, and his children and his spouse. That's all. That's all is the family, generally. So, why can't we think beyond? And why does it take this long for humans, just to earn basic living? And does it really take that much time? The answer is no, because at our company called Econstruct, we are also into corporate trainings, and we are training civil engineers, and they are able to earn with just 6 to 8 months of training, or maximum 12 months they are with us. We give them on-job learning in various departments, and they are in position to get multiple job offers if they do the training very well. So we have proved that it doesn't really take, and we wonder many times that why is engineering even 4 years? We are finishing what is required by the client, how they can approach the project, deliver the project, every damn thing we are finishing in on-job environment in just 6 to 12 months max. So why any parent has to give this much time, this much investment of money, and the most important thing, that is stress. One of the reasons which made me to take decision of homeschooling or unschooling my son was the stress that a mother and father have to go through. It's not only financial stress, but it is also stress of making sure that the child is able to finish the syllabus, finish the work, finish the homework, finish the projects, and finish the exam with good marks and all of that. And in spite of the fact that the child spends 6 to 8 hours in the school, and plus most of the parents go for tuitions, whether online or offline, so tuition time is another 1 hour or 1.5 hours. So all put together, they are studying so much. I have seen so many parents-teacher meetings wherein parents are told that your child is not studying, your child is not doing this, your child doesn't know how to write or something like that. But I think this should be the responsibility of the school also. I mean, more responsibility of school, because the child is spending more time in the school. The whole process is overall very stressful, and I have seen that UKG and LKG students are given projects, and these projects in most of the cases are done by mothers. So I just thought that if we want them to learn something, why so much of stress for the mother or father, and especially when the nature has made it so easy. There is an inbuilt software, I believe, there is an inbuilt instinct, and every person, if just given little bit time and free mind, will come up with his own creativity and will identify what is his or her niche, and at right time they will be able to apply it. I believe that as a parent, we should only facilitate their growth. We should just facilitate and mentor them and give them the environment. Rest should fall in place by itself. So stress was one of the reasons which made me to take this decision. Now, next reason which made me to think about homeschooling was in the regular system, it is not allowed to fail. But in real life also, if you compare the nature, the way it is, when we start walking, we fall so many times, and that's how we learn. Without falling, it is not even possible for us to learn. So why can't we allow the children to fail? The system is set in such a way that the person who fails is just seen as a failure, and person who is at the top is always seen as a successful person. But it is not true according to me, because it is very important that we should try out new things. And the fear of failure is so high in the mind of a student in our country, in our education system, that they are fearful of trying new things. And if we do not allow our children to fail, how are they going to learn? So this is one aspect of the regular system which made me to think twice before putting my children in that system. And this was one of the reasons which made me to take the decision of homeschooling my children. To summarize, I would say the process of regular education system is too long, and it concentrates mainly on building career, mainly on earning living. So I did not want to become part of that, because I believe our children should think beyond. They should do something for the planet, for the society. They should do something for the society, for their community. They should do something for their social circle. They should do something for their country, for their planet, and so on. So thinking about only making a career for living is a very small thing. So first reason was this. The third reason was the investment that is required in the regular education system is definitely something that I would not look forward to invest, because I do not see the results up to the mark. Because after visiting so many colleges and after seeing so many freshers, I can definitely say the result is not up to the mark, because it concentrates only on career but not on overall life skills. Next thing which made me to do this was not allowed to explore new things and not having free time. Because children, if put in a particular system wherein the same thing gets repeated over and over again, our children will not have the free time and their creativity will be killed. That's what I believe in. Because, and I can say that I have seen many older children, they are 20, 25 plus, but they need to be told in the house or in the workplace also when they join a company as a fresher especially, that what needs to be done. So the thinking of what I need to do today, when a child gets up in the morning in the bed, he or she should know exactly what he or she wants to do. If we put them in too much of timetables, syllabus and exam methods, then I think thinking capacity of what I should do today is taken away from the child. And these are the reasons which made me to take the decision of homeschooling my son. The next thing is, of course, the legalities. No matter what career you make, you as a citizen of India, as a person, as an individual, you should have knowledge about the legal stuff. But it is only taught, or it is only considered that lawyers, or if you go in that line, you will know everything about it. Everybody learns about these things, financial literacy, every person learns, but it takes a long time. So why can't we have it as a part of schooling and train them with our experience at an early stage? So legal stuffs, you can say, or the basic skills like even cooking, or basic skills like, organizing or prioritizing things, or even how they can do time management, how they can collaborate and work. So I thought that these are the things which are the need of an hour today. Because to make a career also, there are many things like time management or things like these which would be required. And that's how we decided to start the Life Engineering Foundation, where we take care not only of career, but we see life as a life, we see life as a whole, and we concentrate on life skills. Career, of course, is a part of it. But career is not the only thing. There are many other aspects that we work on at the Life Engineering Foundation. If you would like to become part of this community, then get in touch with me on the numbers given below, or simply visit our website and know more about the homeschooling community that we are building at the Life Engineering Foundation. I hope this video will help many of the parents in making their decision about homeschooling or unschooling their children. So with this, if you like the video, please give thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and share this video with many other parents who are now thinking about homeschooling or unschooling their children. Thank you very much.